Legacy G2 Toxitron is a weird one for me. He's not a G2 character, he's a universe character. But if lying about where he comes from is what it takes to get this guy in Legacy, then I'm all for it. He was originally supposed to be part of Universe, like I mentioned, and he was canceled back then. It was a Laser Prime repaint, and we only ever saw it revealed at like BotCons and things you'll never own little Hasbro panels. That being said, this thing is fairly accurate to the original one. The only thing that's really missing being the big Toxitron sticker on the side. Also, the purple on the trailer on the top and front should be green, but hey, I'm not complaining about them changing it up to make it look a little better and a little more contrasty. Getting the trailer off, the cab section really pops. Loving the pink windows with the black grille. It makes him really stand out among his mold mates. Stuff like Laser Prime and Scourge having nice dark color schemes, where this guy opts bright, vibrant green. I put bones on Toxitron, and I thought it looked cool, but we're going to take those off him now, because those don't matter for this. Just thought it was kind of neat that there's a straight up like wrecker that goes with this guy, since he's kind of a wrecker as well. Toxitron, really, really cool. Has a neat transformation, and we're going to get right into it. I just want to start by lifting up these flaps on the side, and then flipping up these flaps on the bottom, and then opening up the cab. Then we can bring these down, bring these out, bring this out, spin it around, and we got to undo these, undo the top section, uncurl the chest section here, flip this out, and then bring these forward, but not all the way, just a little bit from the cap. There we go. All right, bring them forward just a little bit, and then bring this back, fold these in, bring these back forward, tab that in, tab that in. Ooh, nice and clicky. Spin the arms around, chunk these into place, fold those down, split, fold out the toes and the heel, come to the arms, open them up. Now, I will say the arms on this guy are a lot nicer than on Scourge, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get to Articulation, because I don't really want to talk about it right here, but yeah, the arms, the joints on this guy are just a little bit nicer. Flip this around and push that down, come back here. Can I get it to, there we go. Fold that down and tab that in, and there, stand them up, we have, oh no, there we go. There we have Toxitron in robot mode. Now, he does have a trailer which turns into a battle station, so we're going to talk about the trailer for a moment. You just flip this up, stand it up, kind of like the old one, bring these down. His weapons are stored in there. Bring this down, take this piece, spin it 180, bring it down, fold that up, and bring out the claw. And there we go, we have it in its battle station mode. With that, we have Scourge and his mobile battle station. Getting Toxitron into robot mode, he is a fantastic figure. This guy looks amazing in his bright green, and we get some lovely silver, purple, and black details coming through. I especially am a fan of the head sculpt with the big green brow. It really makes him look menacing with it, like gives him like an angry furrowed eyebrow. I love the shoulder pads, and he can stand very confidently behind his battle station. Although the box kind of shows it being used as a repair station, which I think whenever they redid the trailer's design, this is supposed to be like a reference to the repair bay mode from the original Optimus Prime. He can also mount it on his back, kind of like a weird mini cannon turret. There's a couple other things that this guy has, such as his Greener John Matrix or Greener G Matrix, which he can hold, and he can either hold it in his hand or he can mount it on his sword, which looks a little goofy since it's just a bunch of bright green and there's no extra details on there.
He does look very well with his fellow wave mates from the Toxitron collection, that being G2 Mirage and Cloud Cover, as well as the other mold mate Scourge here.
Patreon supporter Mio Lammers wanted to see what Bumblebee looked like next to Toxitron, and she didn't specify which one, so we're going to go with the one I planned on reviewing and the one I did review. So there we go. That's how he looks. If you want to see a figure compared to the next review, make sure to sub to that Patreon, link in the description below. Now, articulation on your Toxic ex-boyfriend here is pretty good. I will bring in Scourge real quick just for a comparison. I also realized I called him Scourge at the end of the other one. It's just I'm used to this mold being this guy. They look pretty good together. Definitely different, definitely stands out from the other one. Very cool though, very cool. The joints on this guy are very good. It feels like they refreshed this mold from Scourge, especially since my Scourge had some looseness. Whereas like a lot of his joints are really fluid, like a lot of Scourge's joints are really fluid, but then the elbows are just like really weak. I guess this one's not so bad, but I also did touch these up just a little bit, so and the hips and everything are fine, and it's just the elbows and the arms are a little wibbly. But you can see that this arm is pretty fluid when moving. It's actually kind of loose right there, and this one's also pretty fluid when moving. It does still have that little kick out that that toy guy mentioned where it kicks out. It's a lot more noticeable on this one because this arm basically goes from right here to right there, and there's like no in between. It's kind of unfortunate. Also, due to the tightness of his joints, they like to come undone. But anyway, he has a very nice head waggle. He has a panel that flips up so his arm can move forward, arm can move back, arm can go out about that far, you can get a little higher. He has 90 at the elbow, which this elbow is nice and tight, and this one's a little floppy. He has ball joints at the wrist, but it really just allows for a swivel. 360 at the waist, as you saw for transformation. Legs come that far forward, that far back, go, whoa, that far out. He has a thigh swivel, and then he has a slightly past 90 knee. Now, Earthrise Prime actually has better knees because he doesn't have this block behind it, so that kind of, you know, hinders him specifically. And then he has a okay ankle tilt. I would say it's better than a lot of figures, but it's also just kind of okay. Other features are obviously he has the sword, little matrix chamber in there, which this is supposed to be his greener G matrix, I think, which is from the Timelines comic. And then he has his apple cider missiles up in his shoulders. So lots of really cool little play features built into the figure. Lots of really cool stuff on this guy. I also think out of all the weapons, his is the nicest, at least when combined with him. And comparing his to like Scourge's, which Scourge has these vibrant pink weapons, these feel more fragile, I'll say, than these ones. So just in general, be a little bit more careful with Toxitrons. In my opinion, they feel more fragile.
Overall, Toxitron is a really fun figure and has very bright and bold colors. I am a huge fan of Toxitron. I've been interested in getting one for a long time, but he was limited to club exclusives or convention exclusives, making this guy extremely difficult to get your hands on. This may be the only time we get a Toxitron. It's pretty common for Laser Prime to become Scourge or something else, to get like a black repaint. It's pretty common for that, but for Toxitron to get one, it's not really happened at a retail level. So if you're even vaguely interested in this guy, I would say go for it. He's also the most accurate Toxitron that we've gotten so far, even going back to the club exclusives. Anyways, that's been my thoughts on Legacy G2 Universe Toxitron. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession.